Honda Cadet starting grid as the drivers are lining up here at Warden Law.
And this is going to be a fascinating race. Max Cuthbert, championship leader, down in P11, not even on the front page.
So here is the top 10. Rocco Shenton and Kenzo Craigie on the front row from Cole Denham, the privateer, and Jarrett Clark. Oliver Majewski and Max Endicott. Finley Lines in his first season in UKC up in the top 10 alongside Rio Licata, and then Kai Clark and Oliver Spencer rounding out the top 10. But as you mentioned, Alan, P11 on the grid. Max Cuthbert, this could completely blow the championship battle in Honda Cadet wide open. Keep an eye out for Bella Fairclough and Logan Howes in the middle of that pack. Thomas Potter, the young privateer, going very well as well in 20th position on the starting grid. Noah Barham, big surprise to see him down the order. Charlie Wolfett is in the mix there as well. And all the way down to the lower end of the grid, you've got the likes of Mayan Patel, Josh Griffin, Evie Davidson and Riley Till trying to make up progress. Lachlan Johnstone and Finley Smith down on row 16 with Calvin Moffat and the privateer Jaden Mead finishing up the 34-cart grid. Time to go to battle at Honda Cadet here at Warden Law, and it's a great start from row 3 of the grid for Max Endicott. He's tried to split the second row, little bit of contact there as he goes wheel to wheel with Licata. We're on board with Majewski. He gets through into the first corner, and as they work their way through Brian's Bends and up to the dogleg, there is already a frenetic battle in Honda Cadet as the drivers tussle away through. Up into the center S's, and there's carts off. There's carts off in the dogleg. Oh my goodness, 2 or 3 drivers spinning around, but they've all miraculously managed to get going again. Very impressive work. Despite the little bit of contretemps, they've all corrected themselves and got themselves going again. So there'll be a few impediments, but all 34 drivers are still going as they hop over the back chicane and up towards the back straight. They will be running all the way down to Gasworks Bend, and this is the tussle for position up front. Kenzo Craigie trying to get into the lead after already a frenetic start.
Kenzo Craigie could lead this championship with Max Cuthbert starting down on P11. This could be Kenzo Craigie's day. He could take the championship lead when all is said and done, but there's a long way to go yet. Back on board with Majewski. It's Max Endicott down the inside for Synergy, and he takes the position.
Now he's got to try and hold him again through Brian's Bends because there's a good opportunity at the dogleg that he could lose ground just on the energy lost through the trajectory of that corner, but he manages to catch it back at the apex. Check out the battle for 4th position. It's a long train of carts, and on the inside, there's the move from Jarrett Clark. He gets a lovely move on the inside line there with the left-hander of Senna 1. They come off Senna 2 and up towards the back chicane, hopping over the curbs again on the exit. So much curb use, they're not even on the track.
Yeah, the sawtooth curb there, taking a lot of stick, but again coming up the inside. So Majewski losing another place, this time to Rio Licata. So Oliver not having the best start to the race. Can he recover?
Well, the top 3 have well and truly broken clear now. Shenton, Craigie, Denham, no change between those 3. Here's the battle for 6th position, and I think we're about to lose another place. Here comes Kai Clark, charging up the inside of Majewski. Not a lot he can do, and he's got to shut that door. Just about manages to before Oliver Spencer cracks a whip at the inside line. So that was very well timed indeed there by Majewski. He almost lost ground, and Finley Lines is also going to try and line up a manoeuvre, but check them out as they run in formation. Through Senna 1, through Senna 2, and there's going to be the move on the inside from Cole Denham. Denham gets up in a 2nd place, and there is already a big tussle between those 3, and look what that's done to the battle behind. They are now starting to chip away. It's not going to be long before Endicott and Jarrett Clark are all over them.
Finley Lines started P7, he's down to 10th as he went through the line, so he's lost some places with some work to do.
Yeah, yellow flags, the yellow light was on there, so somebody appears to have come off just up in front. I'm not entirely sure where that is, but certainly there was a yellow flashing light there in the marshal post.
Max Cuthbert had the fastest lap, but Max Endicott has the fastest lap now. So Endicott with a just under a minute, 59.263. Fastest man on track, but he's not got track position. Currently in 4th. Can he close down those in front? It looks like he is, Jake, getting closer to them.
Certainly is. Looks like that was just a temporary yellow. It certainly didn't cause many problems. And this is going to be the move for the lead. Up on the inside comes Cole Denham. Cole Denham takes the lead from Rocco Shenton. Here comes the move from Finley Lines. He moves up past Majewski now as well. So the Synergy Race young boy is doing a fantastic job as he continues to make progress here. They hop over the curbs again on the back chicane and up towards Gasworks Bend. Now this is going to be a tight battle for the lead, and I don't think it's just going to be 3 drivers coming for it.
Yeah, we've not seen much of him yet, Jake, but going through the line last time in 12th place, Max Cuthbert, championship leader, started P11. He's lost a place when we would have expected him to be making places, Jake, but not as yet.
Well, that just shows you how competitive it really is in Honda Cadet. Even the championship leader is not finding it so easy to charge his way through the field. And we've got drivers, you can see some great wheel-to-wheel battles all the way through the pack. Denham, Shenton, Craigie, Endicott and Jarrett Clark, and they are absolutely line astern now, those 5 drivers. So this is tightening up, and there's even not that much of a gap back to Licata and Kai Clark. They could tighten up, and we could see a 7-kart train, and we've still got quite a long way to go in this one, so it could still go anybody's way.
Yeah, certainly not over yet. Oliver Spencer moved into the top 10 as he went through the line last time. Cuthbert made up a place back to his original place, that's 11th. He just goes through the picture there running the sawtooths.
Really do kick the back end of the karts out through Gasworks Bend. They're almost power sliding as they try and get as fast a line through. You can use so much energy. Oh, big twitch there from Denham, and that was enough for Rocco Shenton to make his bid to get back into the lead. So that was very well timed. Now Kenzo Craig is going to try get through, but he's going to lose out to Endicott. They're going to be squeezing each other at Bryant's Bends. Endicott gets through. 3rd position, well timed there. He really stood on the apex, manages to charge back into 3rd position. So Endicott making good use of the moment there as we go back on board with Majewski on the 360-degree camera. And on the inside, lovely bid from Oliver Spencer. The passion driver gets through into the position, and Majewski is going to have to work hard here to get that back again. As they hop over the curbs once more in the back chicane, they've got some very tight battles still to come.
It is a great shot, that, isn't it, as they come out of this chicane. This is the midfield battle, so pick out your favourite drivers.
There is a lot of wheel-to-wheel still coming here. This is just outside the top 20. We've still got great racing all the way down the field. That's what's brilliant about Honda Cadet. It doesn't matter whether you're running in the 1st position, in 6th position, in 11th position, in 18th position. You've still got great overtaking moves in the middle of the gaggle. You've always got a great race to bid for in Honda Cadet in the Ultimate Karting Championship, and you're never going to be out there on your own fighting your way back, because you're going to have so many drivers to play with.
This looked early like it might be 3 drivers that pulled away from the rest. No such luck, and another change for the lead.
Big shuffle there. That was Endicott going backwards to 5th position. So a big shuffle of the deck again, and we saw Rio Licata getting 2 wheels on the grass there out of St John's, and that really unsettled the car. So all of that has now just tightened this group up once again. You've got Kenzo Craigie back into 4th position, trying to close up on Jarrett Clark. He now finds himself in 3rd position behind Shenton and Denham. So Shenton is still your leader, Denham in 2nd, but Jarrett Clark has worked his way very steadily from 5th position. Now he's in 3rd. He could go all the way to the top.
And Finley Lines went through the line last time in 8th place, and that's a nice comeback. Oliver Spencer and Oliver Majewski now got a little bit of work to do. These are the top 8 drivers. There they are. Line's 7th now. So Finley Lines racing for synergy. He's got his teammates in front of him.
This is Spencer versus Majewski. They're dueling away for 9th place behind Rio Licata. Bit of a twitch there as well from the 84, who just managed to save a wayward moment there. That was Harry Friel, who almost lost control of the kart completely and manages to catch it. You can see a little bit of daylight starting to appear on the inside. Here comes Kenzo Craigie back into 3rd position. He makes his bid there on Jarrett Clark. And this is the tough nature of Honda Cadet. You've got to make your overtaking move before the guy behind you makes his. Riley Till now battling away the privateer, having a little tussle here with Mayan Patel and Noah Barham. And Bella Fairclough is in the mix here. Another difficult race for an established front runner. Bella Fairclough did such a good job at the first round at Wilton Mill, don't forget. But yet another very talented racer struggling to make progress. Yeah,
she qualified in the top 6, I think, that day. Finley Lines with the fastest lap, Jake. So Finley, who dropped back early, I think he was back to 13th after a poor start, but he's gradually working his way back, and in 7th place currently, right on the back of this group. There he is, fastest driver on track, picked out. Now he's got teammates in front of him. What he can't do is allow that to dictate his momentum. He doesn't want to think, you know what, I don't want to take my teammates off. It's my first weekend in the championship this weekend. Don't want to upset anybody. Can't afford to think like that.
Here we go. Inside manoeuvre now from Max Cuthbert. Here he comes. He has taken his time about it, but he's looked after the tyre as well, so he could make up quite a few places here at the end of the race just by staying in the hunt, looking after the kart, looking after the tyres. You've got to think wisely through these finals because it's not won in the first few laps. You have to look after the kart all the way through, and now he's got a good chance to make up the ground. But check this out at the front end of the field. Denham, Shenton, Craigie, Clark, Endicott, Kite Clark and Finley Lines absolutely line astern. Endicott gaps it to a 58.76 one lap. Brilliant new fastest lap from him. But this is so tight. You've got 7 drivers covered by a second. Anyone could take this.
And this is the battle for 8th underneath the drone. 3 karts in that one. So what's that, Riolo Carter, Oliver Spencer and Max Cuthbert
Here we
in
go.
that group.
This is Shenton going to make his bid for the lead, and he's going to leave the door wide open. Craigie's through, Clark is through, Denham is down to 4th, could be 5th, as now Endicott and Clark are trying to get there. Finley Lines is trying to get in on the inside. That's all it takes. One slight moment. It's just the lightest dab of the brake, the slightest run wide. That's all it takes. The floodgates can open. Now Jarrett Clark has just been given a warning flag. He was in the middle of that group. For some reason, they seem to have picked him out.
Yeah, interestingly, the man on the line there is holding up a warning flag. Should be holding up a warning flag with a number. I think the number may be on the digiboard behind him.
Oh, there goes Craigie. Craigie back on the inside of Shenton. We are struggling to keep up with it because it keeps changing. A lovely move there from Kenzo Craigie. So now he takes over the lead.
And new race leader, and as things stand, Jake, he will be the new championship leader moving forward if things stay like this. I think he could probably afford to lose maybe 1 place and still have the championship lead.
And he defends beautifully out of Gasworks Bend as well. They come through the horseshoe and up towards Paddock Bend, the final turn. Tight hairpin, easy to lose traction and lose a little bit of a speed that's scrubbed off there. So they've got a minute to go, and I reckon that's going to be 2 laps tops. Not really going to get much more time than that. They might just get 3 actually, based on when they came across the line. So it's going to be very tight. But these 3 have started to break clear now. And Kenzo Craigie in front of Shenton and Jarrett Clark. So these 3 still very close together. Shenton still hungry, looking for his manoeuvre. Jarrett Clark got a little bit close to them in the braking zone there for Senna 1. So that could have been the moment. So they're going to have a little bit of a tussle now. Up through to the back chicane once again. Hop over the curbs. They're barely using the road at that point. And as they come through, up towards Gasworks Bend, can Kenzo Craigie hang on to it? He's got a slightly wider trajectory, but that does keep the door firmly closed. So Rocco Shenton can't get through. Jarrett Clark has nowhere to go. Kenzo Craigie hanging on for now. The final 12 minutes plus a lap, so you can see the time is going to tick down. They come across the line with 2 seconds on the clock. So this race has got 2 laps left in it, not 1. That is going to be a tough mission for Kenzo Craigie. All the drivers behind him now will know that this is the penultimate lap. They'll have done the math, so they are going to use this opportunity. This is where we're really going to start to see the big racecraft manoeuvres come out.
Max Endicott with the fastest lap. He's not got track position, though. He's in 5th place. For viewers new to the sport, so 12 minutes plus a lap, and it's 12 minutes. At the end of the 12 minutes, there will be 1 lap remaining. There were still 2 seconds left when they went across the line, so that means they'll have this lap. The clock's already, as you can see, counted down to 0, so there was 1 lap left when they crossed the finish line this time.
And look at Craigie, he tried to keep a tight line on the inside, but that meant he ran wide on the exit. So Rocco Shenton now takes the lead away from him. He took 1 step back to go 2 steps forward. Shenton was wise to it, and unfortunately Craigie's been crowded out. He's going to lose several places now as we go into the last lap. He's been swamped. Clark's got through in a second. Denham's got through into 3rd, I do believe. So that's really hurt Kenzo Craigie as Finley Lines has got into 6th position at the line. He managed to get past Kai Clark, but Rocco Shenton back in the lead. Tiniest bit of daylight now that we're on the last lap between himself and Jarrett Clark. But Cole Denham is going to make his launch on the inside. That'll do nicely. 2nd position for the number 2. Can he catch Rocco Shenton before the end of this lap? He is signalling to Jarrett Clark. Come on, we could still get him. We've got time. We could throw it in at Gasworks Bend. We might even be able to get him into Paddock Bend. He charges down. Shenton's going to protect. Perhaps that was a little bit early, but he was perfect on the exit apex, so he doesn't keep the door open at all. Now through to the horseshoe. One last chance. Is there going to be a move? No, he's not going to get close enough. It's going to be Rocco Shenton. He will take the victory. Brilliant foresight. Rocco Shenton read the last lap perfectly, and he thoroughly deserves the victory. Great racing right the way to the finish line. Several drivers banging their steering wheel or their helmet in frustration. It can all fall away in the closing stages. Rocco Shenton by a 1/10 of a second ahead of Cole Denham. Jarrett Clark rounds out the podium. Max Endicott and Kenzo Craigie covered by a second. Finley Lines, what a debut, P6. Guy Clark in 7th place, a bit of a gap back to Rio Licata, and then Max Cuthbert, the championship leader coming in, only finishes 9th this time. That's going to open the championship up. Oliver Spencer rounds out the top 10, but Rocco Shenton makes his claim to the fight for the Ultimate Karting Championship on the Cadet category. Brilliant job.
Well, what a fantastic race for those young Honda cadets just coming in off the track now. It could have been anyone's. There was a train of 5 of them leading at the front, then 7 of them. It was Craigie, it was Shenton, it was Cole Denham. Whose race was it? Well, in the end, it was Rocco Shenton's. He's going to be thrilled with that win. Let's go and see what he had to say at the podium.
Rocco, race win this afternoon in Honda Cadet. Is this one of your favourite tracks, Warden Law?
Yeah, it's all right. It's quite a good track, long straights and some tight twisty bits. I like tight twisty tracks.
And what were the key points in the race from your point of
So
view?
the key points in the race, going into the last bend, I kept undercutting them. Then I thought I should just toe Cole Denham. Then on the second to last lap, Jarrett Clark got in front of me. Then he went defensive, and I went on the outside. Then I got the switch back. Then I gapped him a little bit.
So all this success this weekend, who's it down to?
Well, my dad and Zipcart and Dave Bell Chambers.
Off the line, I wasn't that good at all and dropped down to 8th, but I made my way back up to 5th, and then I was chasing down the lead 4 as they'd broken away. Then I caught them and got into 3rd, and the top 3 had broken away, but my teammate Cole Denham was starting to catch us. On the second last lap, he's nearly at us. And I got into 2nd, and the lead had a gap. So on the final lap, I tried to defend it, but Cole got past and I ended up 3rd. I'd like to thank my mum, my dad, my mechanic, Lewis Mackey, Scott Gollins, Mike Spencer at Synergy Factory Team, and my sponsors Build Generation and Broadlane.
So despite only coming home in 5th position, it's a new championship lead for Kenzo Craigie. He's 11 points now ahead of Oliver Majewski. Max Cuthbert, he's down to 3rd, but he's still only 20 points off the lead. Max Endicott, Rio Licata, and Logan Howes are very much in contention as well in the top 6, with Oliver Spencer not far away either. Bella Fairclough, Ethan Griffiths, and Jack Price round out the top 10.